Oh, and we get to see like partial of his entire face. And we get to see his entire face. He has no scar. Captain of the Gods Knights, World Noble, Figureland. What is going on? My name is Flip, and man, oh man, I am once again beneath the rays of the sun god, and I just had my coffee, and I am blessed, and I am all good things. Last time we got Luffy, the god of destruction, and now for this chapter, I have not gotten spoiled. However, the gods of spoilers, Grand Line Review and Brago the Ace, they popped up on my notifications, and I did not see any thumbnails. I didn't see a significant title. All I know is that they say in their titles, he's here, and Oda finally confirmed it. Whatever that means, I have no idea, but that is the extent of my spoilers this week. Okay? I do not know anything else. And without further ado, let's just head right in because I don't want to get spoiled. I don't want to wait anymore. Let's head right into chapter 1137. Shamrock takes the stage. And so we get Onichild Yamato on the Holy Narishan pilgrimage, infiltrating the mysterious hidden base. And so we get Yamato and Otama with some bandits in front. And I can only guess these are who's, uh, you know, crew and stuff. Anyways, let's head right into the chapter. Okay. Hmm. The home of the late king. In the 14 years since King Harold's death, Elbaf Quest Castle. Okay. No one has come near this castle. Hmm. So what's going on here? Oh, this is Roto talking. So they have arrived at the castle. The door looks like it's been busted open. What happened to the guards? And Nami goes, what? Something is very wrong. It was broken from the inside. Why would intruders do that? Only one way to find out. Let's go. So that's Luffy and Zoro talking. They're heading right in. Luffy immediately running in. The key. Where is the key? The damage looks recent. So that's Luffy. Okay. And Roto goes, wait, this is unnerving. So this is of course the original Romance Dawn trio from Romance Dawn, be with Roto, just in there, and Zeus. Um, wait, this is unnerving. This place is huge. I can barely see the ceiling. So that's of course Luffy. This is way too vast to be walkable. So that's Nami. Hey Roto, know where the key is? No, I'm just a run-of-the-mill guy. I've never ever been here before. Well, I'm glad you're here now. And so that's Nami just, you know, keeping him, you know, by a thread, hanging on. She's leading him on. Anyways, he goes, really, Namitaso? And Zoro goes, agreed. Now get moving. Okay. Wow, what a castle. Being here is thrilling and terrific and terrifying. I think that's Nami talking. Everything's falling to pieces. Is this the intruder's handiwork? No. This battle damage has been here ever since Loki King killed King Harold. Okay. And Sora goes, this took some serious destructive power. So Roto goes, Loki is a monster, and King Harold was renowned as a great warrior. Okay, putting up, his strength, Loki's strength. This damage was inevitable. What? They're so big. Huh? This is scary. Are they? So Luffy and Nami seem to be reacting to something, and I'm guessing we're gonna see it in the next page. Oh, there's skulls and a lot of like ancient corpses in here and giant swords. And Luffy is perched on one of the giant swords. This place is covered with giant skeletons. And Roto goes, the castle once had numerous guards. On that day, around 100 of them stood ready to kill Loki, but only one survived, Lord Jarul. So Lord Jarul, who we assume to be the king currently, Jarul and Jorul Wait, but where did Joe Rule come from? He says only one survived. So if Ja Rule is the one that survived, Ja Rule is the one that we have right now, and then Joe Rule was killed by Big Mom. Oh, but this was when she was a kid and she's like 50. Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. Okay, yeah, Joe Rule was already dead by that point. After that tragedy happened here, coming to this site was forbidden. It's interesting that like I never. He was a guard. He was a guard because even like back like 40 years ago, when Big Mom was a kid, I would have still like thought they were like elders or something. They were just regular guards. Probably Joe Rule would have also been one, right? It's a den for vengeful spirits. And so immediately Luffy goes, "Hey guys, look over here. This skull is enormous." He's being so disrespectful. It's also got horns. You see, I saw the. Okay, you can see. Yeah, I saw that for a second and I was like, it looks like Onigashima. These are, these are giants that have horns. These are Oni. I wonder if he knew oars. These belong to someone with ancient giant warrior blood. Okay. There are no longer any pure blooded members of that clan, but their blood still flows in some of us. So Ors Jr. was definitely the last one. But then there are also the numbers, and I think the numbers, well, they're probably clones, right? I don't know what the numbers are, really. Like King Harold, who was larger and stronger than most. Okay, so the larger ones are essentially descendants of Ors. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, look above you. And it also comes into like Onigashima is whoever was Onigashima is very clearly a lot bigger than, you know. And I wonder if they're gonna talk about that this chapter. Like, who exactly is Onigashima? Because it's clearly like so much bigger than Ors or Ors Jr. by that matter. Oh, look above you. How nostalgic. That's a portrait of King Harold. And so they show us this massive portrait of King Harold, and finally we get to see his face. The man who tried to form peaceful bonds with the outside world, said to be Elbaf's strongest king. Essentially, if you're ever like the leader of a race and you try to, become part, like, be, what's the name? To form relations with the outside world, like Queen Otohime, you die. That's just what I've learned. He sure looks strong. Look, those scars on his head mark where his ancient giant horns used to be. So it's essentially he had like giant horns like horses, and he removed them before he ripped them out. What? He believed the ancient giants were relics from a war torn era. And Luffy goes, he had horns? What conviction? Wait, doesn't Loki have horns as well? But I thought that was like part of the helmet. Is it not? Is it like actually part of himself? After the king's death, I don't have to look at Loki's design again. After the king's death, the country fell into despair. Sadly, the one with the biggest grudge against Loki was naturally King Harold's other son, Hyruden. Well, seriously? He's Loki's brother. I'm surprised I didn't know this. They have different mothers. Before marrying the queen, Hyruden was born to a different woman. However, Elbaf would never have recognized Hyruden's mother as its queen in any case. Are they like, were they like siblings? I mean, it was common in like back in whatever Viking era and medieval eras. So like, it's not that far fetched. This is a fantasy. So it would make sense if it was incestuous. Let's just okay. She was born in a different giant country. Wait a sec. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a second. What does that matter? They were both giants, right? They were both giants, but you can't talk. when you humans kill each other all the time over land, I suppose. Wow, they say having children with a giant from another land taints the blood of Elbath. Okay, so inner giant racism or xenophobia? Interesting. I had never. I think it's one of the few topics that has never been taken into account in One Piece. There's been racism. There's been like a lot of things, but never xenophobia. Okay, this is the first. Since giants can be just as bigoted as anyone else, not everyone is as pure as you, Namitaso. Don't suck up to me, you trash. And he goes, huh? Okay, so we cut to Zoro. He says, why join Hydaden's crew if you think he has tainted blood? And he goes, well. And we cut to a flashback of Roto being bullied as a kid. You were such a creepy nerd, Roto. Wow. Okay, and so Captain, as a kid, Captain Hyden goes, "This is amazing. You can draw sea sharks. You gotta show me how, dude. It's like Luffy. It's just like Luffy. Let's be friends." And little Roto goes, "Huh? Friends?" He was so cute. Turns out he is horrible now in every way. Anyways, he was always so earnest and straightforward, unlike me. He never lived in a castle growing up. His father may have been king, but his mother was ostracized. And this was another thing I was talking about like so many chapters ago. That Hyden, you know, he spent a lot of time with what's the name? With the orphans, with the group of Big Mom, which is very interesting if you're the son of the king. So I thought that might have happened back then, and that's why he hang around with the orphans. But no, the reason he hung around with the orphans was because he was ostracized. That's okay. Uh, he endured a lot and still said this: one day, I'm gonna unite all the giant tribes. I'm gonna be the king of the giants. I know you're the man that can do it, Hyden. Damn. Okay. This is making me, believe a little more in Roto, feel for him, and it makes me understand why they didn't kick him off the crew when he did all the despicable things he did at the beginning of the arc. I want to make his dream a reality. And Sora goes, that kind of boring motivation is nothing new to me. And now he starts laughing about it. And so we see Luffy in the distance frolicking, and he goes, hey, this way, I found some knocked out giants. Okay, so he's just doing his thing. We know who those knocked out giants are, but we cut over to the realm of the dead where Loki is, and we hear a giant scream. Do you finally understand? This is only because I can't move from this spot. The result would have been the same even if you could. So this is Mosa talking, and once again, this specific part of his face is covered up by and it's a frontal shot, and this part is covered by the hood. I cannot believe, because we know it's not Shanks, right? Like we're very sure it's not Shanks at this point. Like it would be dumb of us to think that it is. So I don't know why Oda is making such an effort to keep hiding the fact that he doesn't have a scar. We know this is, this is Mosa. We know for a fact. Uh, and so, what was her name? Gorudo, I think was her name. You commoner, the Sheik. I have to, get used to her name. You commoner, we are offering you a chance at divinity. Most die squirming in vain, just for the chance to attain such an honor. And so her legs, made up of all these, the arrow and stuff, they become these giant, boots things. And she seems to be stepping on him. Pretty sure Rhoda would like that. And it looks very much like the arrow from back when Emu was chasing Sabo. So I wonder if that arrow thing was her and not Emu. But it also could be that this one's Emu. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that possibility. Oh, damn. This might be Emu. Holy, okay. Okay. And so the arrow is like coming onto the ground and it seems to be heading for Loki. And it's heading directly for like his carotid artery. And he goes, crap, this again. Huh? And so the arrow is immediately interrupted by another arrow. So you're gonna let loose a full speed kick to the right side of my face. It will turn me sideways. Then you'll uppercut me. Thanks for giving me the notice. What? Wait. Does he have? Is he using like future sight or something? These arrows show the trajectory of my future. The outcome is unavoidable. So that was Loki speaking before, and now this is Sheik talking. These arrows show the trajectory of my future. The outcome is unavoidable. Only I can stop it before it happens. Okay? Just say the word, Loki. Will you join the God Knights? And so she starts walking on the arrow that she has set up. Okay? I refuse. You fool! And so she goes. She starts speeding up down the arrow. Boom! Right in the face. And then the other one is supposed to be an uppercut or something. Yeah, uppercut goes. Boom! Okay. And Loki with the giant horns again. We get to see the horns. So he falls down. And now the bear and like all the friends are angry and they come up and they get stabbed by the arrows. It seems she killed all of them, like the 4 friends of him. Huff, huff. Damn it. You will pay for this. Stop. Enough already. So she is about to kill him with like all these arrows, and either I'm not sure who's screaming. It might just be Mosa or Loki. Stop. Enough already. Well, will you become a god knight? Bleh. So he just goes bleh, and immediately we get this pull-out shot of the entirety of Elbaf, and we get to hear this giant scream. Okay. So we cut now to Mosa, but silhouetted. Huff, huff. It's alright, Gunko. Her name was Gunko, I forgot. Oh, and we get to see like partial of his entire face. It's alright, Gunko. And we get to see his entire face. He has no scar. Let's change our tact. Contact Marijua. Okay? Not every piece ends up being useful. He has this long hair. I wanted to go about this more shrewdly, but I guess not. Captain of the Gods Knights, World Noble, Figureland Shamrock. So the title of the okay, the title of the chapter spoiled us on his name. Shamrock, son of the elder Figureland Garling. Not yielding, even if it means death. Do we shuck up? Do we shuck this up to faith? God Knight, Gunko, the arrow fruit. And so it seems Shamrock doesn't have a devil fruit, which would be like a really good contrast if he did. Maybe Oda's just not revealing it. Long ago, the savage warriors of Albath dominated the New World. The government, the world government, will bring them to heal no matter what. And so we focus specifically on the side of Mosa that doesn't have the scar. God Knights have mobilized. Oh shit. So the way that he's saying, we're going directly into the part of the, you know, the discussion of this chapter. It seems that he is putting it in a way that he, no matter what, will turn, because okay, this arc has set up the warriors as, the Elbath warriors to not actually be warriors. And now it's setting up this difference between the Hydaden side, like the mother of Hydaden, and then the King Harold side, how they're different. So it might just be that the world government will try to make all of them into warriors, and the ones that already are warriors to turn them into god knights, specifically like Loki and Hydaden. I wonder like what they could do to, because they're clearly trying to make, he said, we're gonna make them heal, we're gonna make them kneel to us, they're gonna serve us. So essentially it's gonna be one of those situations where you like pound on someone so much in terms of torture that in the end they just cave and they end up doing whatever you want, which is something that I've seen a lot in movies to happen. So that is very, very, very interesting of a take. Wow. Okay. I mean, Shamrock. That sounds like a Five Nights at Freddy's, like a Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic character. Shamrock Freddy. But anyways, yeah, okay. I don't really think I have a lot of thoughts. Like this chapter was just the Shamrock thing, the xenophobia, and like there wasn't a lot of stuff in this chapter. I guess we just got Shamrock and Gunko, and then there's the fact that the more warrior types are those that have the horns. So maybe Loki and Hydaden, those that have the horns, would become God Knights, while the rest are just brainwashed and turn into giants like they used to be 100 years ago. So I mean, I don't know. This chapter, it was good for what it was, but it wasn't like that big of a chapter. I feel like this reveal would have been more impactful way back when they arrived. They should have done the whole, because at this point, like, it was just we've seen him for like 5 to 6 chapters at this point, and we know, like we've known ever since he first showed up back in the Reverie, and it's just been a matter of this arc happening. And the second that they appeared, we knew. I don't know why Oda like kept it this big secret this entire time until now and making this reveal now. It just felt less impactful and less of a. I feel like it would have had a better reaction if it would have been shown back then. I get keeping the name maybe, but like showing his face, like why keep it a secret? Anyways, that's all the thoughts I have for this week. I appreciate you so much for watching. I have a lot more videos coming up that are not One Piece, like a lot of them. But we will have One Piece. I think we're on break this next week. I'm not entirely sure, but if it isn't, I will see you next week, and I will also see you on the flip side. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.